What's going on tonight, guys? Well, I think it's finally time. We need to tackle this thing. We need to start working on it. We need to get that thing in the corner installed. Not tonight, I wish. But we need to get working on this. We've owned this thing coming up on 3 months now. Beyond it moving into the garage and bolting some wheels questionably on it, we have not really done a whole lot to it. So that needs to change. Sammy has been okay with parking outside, so bless her heart for doing that. What we're going to do now is we are going to try to at least start on this. I'm going to start working on this at night to at least begin the process of getting this off. It does take a while to get all this working. I've went back and forth in my head to understand what the best course of action is with this. I need to get the fender changed, get the hood installed, and get the core support changed. All of those need to get done. I also would love to know if the motor runs. I would love to know if the transmission moves. Don't really care about if the transmission moves. Kind of care if the motor runs. Kind of, not really, because ultimately those are getting pulled. So I think no matter what, though, we're gonna figure out if the motor runs. We'll probably get it running. Transmission, I might just end up pulling the entire thing, just to alleviate that, because or I'm gonna have to do something funky where it slides back, and then we're gonna have to slide it forward and all this. That's not gonna. We'll make that decision when we get to there. Let's just go from that. So I'm gonna start tearing into this. Realistically, the best case scenario, I should really pull off pretty much as much of the front side of this as possible. A lot of it needs to be changed anyways. Realistically, the AC lines all need to be cracked open. Virtually most of it needs to be changed because a lot of it's being replaced or removed in some way, shape, or form. I'm just kind of looking to see what can actually be removed where it counts. But at the same point, I've kind of thought back and forth about removing the front dress off there. I'm on the fence about it still. We'll make that decision when we get to it. We don't need to get to it right now. Doesn't need to happen. So it's not going to happen. So I'm going to set up the tripod, put it in kind of a preferential area just so you guys can get a good vantage point. And I'm going to start wrenching, and we'll just go from there. Might be a couple of days for me to truly start working on this and get everything going. I'm not sure how much of this I'm going to gut, if I'm being entirely honest with you, because I would actually love if like some of the things that like on my 84 that I don't have worked. Like I would love if cruise control worked on this. But we'll see. We'll like I said, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So I'm going to start removing as much as I possibly can from this just to get it started. And we'll go from there. Awesome. Well, that's going to do it for tonight. Absolutely massive wins. If you did not see that, let me go ahead and grab this light one more time. We have finally found out what heads we have. These are Edelbrock E-Tech 200cc heads. A quick little Google search on jegs.com. These are $900 a head. Absolutely crazy. They should have 3/8 rocker studs in them right off the get-go, not the 7/16 on there. So this actually should be a pretty gnarly motor for what it is. I'm wondering what exactly is going on with it. So again, we already have the 6-liter in the corner. That's still the plan. Has been the plan the entire time. Is still going to be the plan, if I'm entirely honest with you guys. So we're still going to work on getting this thing running. Obviously, as you can see, we got the fender at least started. I didn't want to keep zipping everything in. It's kind of late. Also did get the hood started as well. So both those pieces are at least started. I need to get some new hardware for both up here and on the bottom side, as well as just got to clean this. Both these pieces are pretty nasty, but that's not a big deal. As you saw, I busted one of the bolts over there. Kind of irritating, actually. But made massive improvements on this thing. I had to unfortunately take off a good majority of the front dress on that side. Not a big deal though, because ultimately that motor and that transmission are getting pulled. So really it's not a huge deal, not a huge loss either way. So, all right. Well, I'm going to call it a night. All right, guys, it's day 2. We're going to remove the tailgate. Unfortunately, I need glass setting tape. I ordered everything for the tailgate. I already kind of preemptively took a couple pieces off that really aren't instrumental. You're not missing out on anything with me of having preemptively taken these off. I did already, when I kind of off camera a while back, I had already gotten this whole situation free. This was a huge undertaking that probably took me the better part of 3, if not 4 hours to get free. So I'm very glad that I did that. And to be very frank, I'm very glad I did that off camera because it was a learning experience. So yeah. Come on. This is an interesting thing. I was always wondering why I thought it would have a latch on the outside, but really on these Suburbans, the tailgate Suburbans, you roll the window down and then you open it from the inside. It makes sense, but it's different. I kind of appreciate that. Like I said, it's just different. I didn't realize that they would have taken that approach. Really, that's my nice way of saying that I didn't realize they were smart enough to realize that they could do that. Hey, give me 1 second, okay? Okay. There it is. Okay, so we have it off. Unfortunately, I didn't realize that I needed sealing rubber, or I think that's what it's called, glass sealing tape. Looks like it's like a rubber sealing tape. So I'm gonna grab the micrometer so I can measure the channel width. But unfortunately, that's probably gonna be it for tonight. Thankfully, it's a little colder. My body hurts, so it kind of works out. I'm gonna grab a quick measurement off of the glass so that I have that, since it's in the cab. So it's just under 1/5 of an inch. It was 0.1975. 0.1975. This is a 1/4 inch. Not sure. This should be the exact same. I'm a bit confused because this has like bolt on pieces, but this one doesn't. So they only offered one sash, which is strange. Yeah, so this is the exact same width. It's just a little insane, or little. Didn't make a lot of sense to me. So this is 1/4 inch. That's like 1/5 of an inch. So really, I mean, if you do the math on there, I'll have, what was that, 50 thousandths, so 25 thousandths on each side, right, something like that. So which, I mean, I guess if I break a piece of this off, yeah, right over here, I should be able to verify that. Zero this. Yeah, I mean, right there. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it looks like 0.05. Yeah, for whatever reason, this is just not showing up super well. Come on. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, 0.05. So that's what's showing me. So there's a couple local glass places I'll call tomorrow. I'm sure I can find this locally. I think I can find it on Amazon, actually. So I'm going to call it there for tonight, at least. Kind of allow me to wrap my brain a little bit around. Oh, I forgot I can do fractions on this. $31. Yeah, that's stupid. 1/4. Yep, there we go. Go like this. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm just gonna wrap my brain around everything that needs to get done. But I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, what's going on today, guys? We're gonna get the tailgate put back together. So I went ahead and ordered everything off of LMC. So we are going to be converting this tailgate from the automatic rear window to a manual window. I believe that I have everything. The only thing that was kind of annoying, I had to run up to a good local glass place to get glass setting tape. It's like a rubberized tape that basically you just set the glass down into, and it allows the glass to actually seal in the channel. So I had to just grab that. It was kind of annoying that they didn't recommend that, but it is what it is. So this is the manual window regulator. The only place I was able to find this was LMC. So that is that right there. from what I can tell, I believe that this is going to be the first piece that needs to be installed from everything that I can see. And it should be a very simple installation. Take a look. There should just be only 4 bolts. And once we have it installed properly, I'll grease everything. But I'm not going to grease everything until then. The window will go in last because I know that that's how I was able to get everything removed. Was I was able to pull the window first and then pull the whole regulator assembly and whatnot. So it should sit in there, something just like that. Right there. Okay. So let's see. And it is literally that easy. Okay, there's just 4 bolts that go in place. There, so it should be good to go. Let's flip it over. Oh. Okay, yep. So, yeah, there it is. Okay. So, let me take a look. I think I may have done this out of order, if I'm entirely honest with you, just looking one time. I've not looked at this yet. That's why pretty much immediately saying that, because looking at this, the main reason is because this bolt's in, so I'm almost positive I'm going to have to take that back off. But that's okay. Not a big deal. Okay, so do not close gate with glass raised. Okay. So it should bolt in just like this right here. Okay, there's a gasket. I do have that as well. So that basically sits in right there. There's a little lock that I have. Pull over all this stuff so we can potentially see what we have going on. I basically just went through and ordered one of everything. So this is the cam, is what they call it from memory. So I would assume that goes around there. And this somehow actuates off this piece, right? It appears so. Yep. It appears that would be that. Okay. So I don't want to scratch the tailgate up too much. Let's see, this is a bolt. I will say the nice thing about LMC, you can literally just order all this stuff directly from them. So here's the gasket. The gasket's going to sit underneath here. Here's the lock. So the lock is going to sit right in that piece there. So we have, looks like that is there. Screw. This is an E-lock. The E-lock's going to definitely hold in this portion. The real question I am not sure of. So that was everything in the bag. The only thing I am unsure of is how to fully assemble. So these just bolt in there. And I know I ordered one of everything from LMC. So, yep, so it's just going to be a compression fit. So, pull all this out. Here's this. This should just fit on top like that right there. And then, yeah, there's going to just be, there's purposefully some slop, so that makes sense. key for the back. It'd be super cool if this just didn't actuate at all. I'm not really too concerned right now just because your key is greater, your key to greater value. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Yep, okay, so that just pulls out like that. Let's see if I can find a quick diagram on LMC. Okay, so after doing a little bit of research, we were exactly on the right path. Thankfully, it was not that big of a deal. So, let's grab that. So this is called the pawl, right? And this is just the spring. So looking at the back here, you're going to see a little window. This just slides right up there, okay? Just like that. My biggest issue, I was not pushing in nearly enough. You take the little key, you see the little window right up top there, okay? That's going to go upwards, so basically where your finger is, you push that up, you'll see it starts to seat, you rotate it. Once your key comes out, you release slowly, it sticks in there, you are good to go. So, from there, yep, right like that, we should be good in that aspect as well. Let's double check to make sure that we are in good position here. And if we are, let's see. Oh, come on. There we go. All right, now let's double check. Okay. Yep, it's locked. Now we go like this. Okay, so then when we, sorry, this is in the locked position, so that would be to lock it, to unlock it, sorry, so which would be like if we wanted to remove the key there so that if somebody came up, they would not be able to open up the window, just like that. So now, looking at it like this, all we do is we have to remove those bolts, unfortunately, but that's not a big deal, and then we can install that, install the gasket, and yeah, that was actually much easier than I thought it was going to be. So, let me move some things out of the way. Let's see. Oh, of course. Do this. Oh man, that looks awesome, and I think it is. Okay, yep, so it's going to go in just like this, right here. Oh, it's going to be awesome. Okay, and I do not believe that the gasket is directional from what I can see here, so I think we are set from what I can tell. But I'm just double, triple checking. It does not look to be the case, so we're good to go. I am just simply going to hit this up right there with a little bit of detailer to see if we can kind of get out any last little bits of gunk and crap that are gonna basically be sealed in there forever once we do this. So yep, I think some grease would absolutely help here for sure. I really do think that, but let's see. I'd like to avoid getting into that just yet because when we got into the grease last time, it got absolutely everywhere. So let's move some of this stuff out of the way. But there we go. Tailgate is rebuilt, and realistically it's ready to be reattached, but we have one last thing to do on the tailgate, and that's to put the glass back in. So let me get this out of the way. Okay. Well, that took a little bit longer than I thought it would, but let's keep moving onwards. Okay. So, looking at this, appears so I'm aligned. Okay. Looks like that is how this is orientated. And if that's the case, this would slide on like that right there. So the bolts would have to be outward. Right? Yep. So just like this. So, yep. That would be how that would go in. These should be 11s. Now the only downside is I did not order a new pieces of that. Probably a bit of an oversight, but at the same point, I should be able to get these out. I'd kind of be a little surprised if I wouldn't. I'm kind of cluing in that it seems like everything on this is an 11 or that 7/16. Yeah, those just readily came out, so I'm not too concerned. Let's see here. And this is a pretty large and coarse thread for what it is. So, like I said, I'd be a little surprised if we had any issues with these. Nope. There we go. Okay. All right. Okay. Actually, surprisingly, I'm finally getting warm after a couple hours of moving back and forth. Thankfully, it is 48 degrees. It's actually gotten colder here in the last 2 days, so let's pull these off. would have to be backwards. There's a slight bend in it. Dude, this is why I hate LMC, man. So I noticed that it was longer. I noticed they didn't really say a whole lot in there, and it's just like, why is the but like there's like a prefabricated bend. I don't know why. I'm gonna just put these in the vise, and it should be fine, I believe. Let me see, because these appear to be totally straight. Again, why is there a bend? Why? It doesn't even make any sense. Okay. Now we at least got to go on after I had to bend it in the vise. Very frustrating. So. The channel to the glass. I know this dropped earlier. So this is this glass setting tape. It's like a rubberized tape. You can get it online too. I just got it locally because I did not order it at the time. So basically it just goes in the track. How I'm going to do this is I'm just going to kind of set it like pretty much right in the middle. That way it will for sure go in. You want to make sure that it's not dry. So I'll probably just do it on both sides. Oh, I hope I've got enough. Yes, I do. Okay. So there we go. All right. What I am going to do, just to make things easier, slide this up a bit, is hose down this. Kind of just like tint, you basically want to make sure it's never, ever, ever, ever dry. If it's dry, that's when you're going to have tears. That's when you're going to have like a bunch of issues. I don't have more of this either. So if I screw this up, I am done working on this tailgate until Monday. So maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a bad thing. But I'd like to be done with it. Okay, all right. So, realistically, we should probably hose this down as well. All right, cool. Now, if we go ahead and say it's right about there. Right, yep. We're going to try to start it on one side. Let's see if it'll actually start. If it starts on one side, then we got a much better chance of getting it to actually go. Oh, man. I have a feeling this is going to fight me the whole way. The glass on these trucks is notoriously a pain, so it would not surprise me in the slightest if that's exactly the way that this went. I'm going to try this. I feel like this specifically is a mistake to do, to try to like pre-fit it in the channel. I think it's going to, basically I think it's going to guaranteed fight me doing it this way, but we'll see. We're going to give it a shot. This is the thinner of the two materials. I don't know the thickness of it. If I were to guess, probably like a 32nd of an inch or something along those lines. The channel itself was a 1/4 inch thick. The glass was 3/16 thick, so we didn't have a lot of gap to make up to begin with. But you'll see. And this should slide. Yep, okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see if I'm wrong. Yeah, let me see if I can start down here and really douse it. There we go. Yeah, that's kind of exactly what I was thinking was going to happen. Okay. Well, we had to try, right? So, I want to say right about there is probably going to be where we want to start. We're going to get that going right about there. Let's see if I can. Problem is I'm fighting like 4 different dimensions at once because I got to get this to start, but I got to also make sure it doesn't like go anywhere else, because it's like, there it goes. Yeah, basically it wants to run away from you, which is the problem. And then when you try to bring it in, let's see, hold on. Oh, come on. Yep, and that runs away. Let's see. That falls. Yep. Expected behavior. Yep, okay, and that completely falls off. All right. That's why this older stuff just sucks to do. You basically like you just keep going and going and going. And you fight with it virtually nonstop until you get it. So there's that. Maybe tilt you guys up a little bit. Okay. That felt good. See? Hey. Okay. That went surprisingly well. Okay, so that's the key. Basically, you just want to stand it up. Okay, I'm kind of impressed. I do need to admit that I'm kind of impressed. This is like actually pretty impressive that it just like kind of just went, just kind of sucked in like really nicely. So, okay, cool. Cool. They told me basically like once everything's good, lube it up one more time, and then basically put it all the way up, let the glass push itself down into the channel, and that should kind of get everything finalized. Okay, cool. So now I need to move everything around. I basically need to flip these so that I can lube this up to put this into there, and then I think that should be it. Oh boy, did I do it wrong? I feel like I did it wrong. Yep, I did. Because I'm looking at this and I'm like, yep, I did. Okay. Not a big deal, not a big deal, because we just learned how to do it, so we can just quickly flip it. So the roller needs to go outside, right? Yeah, is that it? Yeah. Roller needs to face out. Okay. Let me just quickly, okay, that's fine. That's fine. And there we go. We're just gonna total reset. Pull this out of the channel real quick. Do it one more time. Nice. Oh, okay, so that tore a little bit right there. That's what we'd like to avoid if we can. I don't think that that's going to be an issue. But worst case, even if it is, I'm not really that concerned. I'm really not. That's probably going to be an issue. But I'm not going to be that concerned. Yeah, I'm not going to be that concerned. So, because again, it's not like I can fix it right now anyways. Man, I hate redoing things like 3 times. Okay. Cool. Yeah, worst case, I'll go grab more of it. It's not a big deal. Now I kind of know it's probably happening right here. I probably need to bend that out a little bit. That's where I had to put it in the vise, because LMC sends defective broken junk out to their customers. So let's move this glass. There's two, to be honest, since I've already got it in my hand. There's three. And there is four. Okay. Well, that is reassembled. Let's check the action real quick. Ugh. Sorry, the grease bothers me. Tilt you back up. Oh boy. She's heavy now. See? Look at that. Well, it fell. Okay, well, whatever it wasn't important. Okay, that mound. Oh, wait. Uh-oh. Okay, well, I mean, at least that's working. All right. Okay. Well, okay, we got that. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna lie, something sounds like it fell in there, and this mechanism seems super loose. So that really sucks, to be honest with you. Like that kind of blows. So we'll look into that, but I'm gonna reattach this because we've got other. Oh, okay. We've got other things we got to do tonight, so let me move some stuff over, and then we'll be back. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. It just broke that cam. Well, You literally can't make this stuff up. It broke the cam. It definitely just broke that little cam piece that turns it 100%. So that means it lasted one actual use. So that's good. That's high quality parts. So cool. So now I actually have to get a hold of them so they can replace that and replace the channel that was garbage to begin with. And just unbelievable. And like, look, just crazy. Like, just a lot of this stuff I was willing to let go. I didn't want to deal with the warranty side of it. It's just a pain. But like, man, absolutely crazy. So, all right. Well, I wanted to put the window up. I guess we'll have to wait for more parts. That kind of sucks. At least wait for more parts as of right now. We can probably, I don't even know. I legitimately don't even know the best way to go about this because of how it is. So we'll get it apart. You guys will see it. So all right. Okay. Well, stay tuned for next time. Thanks.